So next I'm going to go through Mars in some detail. Mars is the ruler of both Aries and Scorpio. Aries is the masculine face of Mars. Aries is a fire sign, and Scorpio is the feminine face of Mars. Scorpio is a water sign. So some keywords for Mars: it represents the divine masculine, action, assertion. It's the god of war. It's our inner warrior. What's worth fighting for, our primal spark of life, our physical body and our strength, our life vitality inside our physical vessel, and this idea of every single thing that's alive is either hunter or prey. And within our Mars energy, we respond to that question whether we know it or not, and we choose, are you hunter or are you prey? And what that means is, like, are you fighting your fight or are you chickening out? And that is something that, like, it's not a college degree. Like, once you have it forevermore. Like, that is kind of something like life cycle to life cycle. How are you responding to your Mars energy? It changes over time. And this is something where, like, for me personally, finding my Mars energy, finding my inner fight, I mean, I knew I had a temper in there somewhere because every once in a while it explodes out of nowhere, but I don't really have a sense of fight inside of me. Again, Mars and Pisces. So it takes time sometimes for the pattern of energy to reveal itself. And when it does, you're like, oh, I've had that my whole life. Great. Okay, now I can see it. So Mars represents our sense of courage, courage, bravery, and advocacy. So it's like feeling afraid and acting anyway. So we are all going to have things in life that scare us and that bring up fear inside of us. Fear is a very natural survival-based emotion. But how we respond to the fear, that is kind of another way of saying, how are you responding to your Mars? Because if you're chickening out, you're not facing the fear, you're letting the fear control you and keep you stuck, then that is a weak response to Mars, and you have subconsciously, passively chosen to be prey. So there's this example I heard where, like, let's say Mars is conjunct your midheaven. That's very much an entrepreneurial type placement, like where basically your fight is to open your own business, to be on your own, stand on your own 2 feet, have your own vision, create your own vision, have a goal, do the goal, do it. And there, is this person who has this and they choose to stay in a job because it's comfortable and they like their boss and the work is good and whatever. And at a certain point, that boss retires and the new boss that comes in is a tyrant and is basically verbally abusive to the person. And all of this that says that is life's way, that's the universe's way of reflecting to you that you've chosen to be prey. Like when you attract a predator who is now attacking you or hurting you or hurting your life force in any way, that is a reflection that says you've chosen to be prey. So if that is a situation that you're manifesting in your life, there's a switch that has to happen towards courage, towards I feel fear and I'm acting anyway because it's important enough. Think like the primal nature of Mars, like the motherly instinct to guard her young, her offspring. Like a mother will take a bullet for her child, like will sacrifice her own life so that the child survives. That essence of course you're scared, but you have no choice, you're gonna do it anyway. At that point, that's like superseding, transcending even courage, and that's just that primal instinct that says, I'm going to do it anyway because this is what matters to me. Your Mars can be thought of as your solo adventure. Like, where is your solo journey that's going to give you this sense of self-awareness around who you are? It's like the sign in the house or like the terrain through which you will make your solo journey. And really the root of that to keep in mind is like basically this idea of becoming your own best friend, because at the end of the day, the only person who never leaves you is you. The only person that you can always count on to be there for you is you. So that's where Mars and Aries like really understands that. And so sacrificing their sense of self or what they want for anybody else, it's like the cost benefit doesn't really make sense. Like, so compromise doesn't really come naturally to this energy because they know that like people come and go. You know, even marriage partners these days come and go. Best friends come and go. Business partners come and go. But me, I'm here at the end of every day. And so if I'm going to protect my relationship with someone, or I'm going to honor somebody's request first, it's going to be mine. So Mars is that sense of my wants, desires, wishes, journeys, dreams, like all of that matters so much because I am the one that is here for myself day after day after day to make sure that whatever soul mission I brought forward is actually going to be lived out in the physical. Another way to think about your Mars is the sign in the house and the aspects are kind of painting a picture around how your unique life force energy wants to be channeled. And basically that Mars represents a point where you need to channel your life force energy. Otherwise, if you keep it stifled, if you're chickening out and you're not channeling that life force energy out into the world, boldly declaring, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, then literally your life vitality begins to ebb out of your being. That like literally you are killing yourself day by day by day by denying the flow of your own life force energy. And that barrier of like, why would you not? Like, how this sounds like so simple, like, of course, channel the energy, live forever, great. But like, you don't, because you're afraid. You're afraid of what people will think. You're afraid of, I'll fail, I won't know how to do it, I'll hit an obstacle I won't know how to solve. There's all these fears that come in that keep us standing here, not doing the thing, not channeling our life force energy. And every day that you do that, you are taking a little bit more of your life force away from yourself. You're dying a little bit more. We're either growing or we're dying. And Mars is a really great spot to check in your chart as far as like, are you facing the fears that you said you would face so that you could move forward on your soul's mission? So often we watch what others are doing and then we do what they do. Monkey see, monkey do. That's like real. That's like proven in psychology. Like gosh dang it, what even is it? It's like the 100 monkeys where like you only have to teach a couple of the monkeys how to do something before all the monkeys know how to do it because they're just copying each other. It's like part of society, part of like being around other beings. And we are wired to be connected to each other. So it makes sense that you would like naturally pick up and learn from watching other people. But the problem with that is when you are exclusively watching other people and not honoring what impulses are organically rising from inside of you. What is naturally driving you, regardless of what other people are doing. And that's where like, you know, there's a lot out there as far as how to do a lot of things, how to, you know, be an influencer, how to start a YouTube channel, how to open a business, how to do all of these things. And so many of those courses like that are step-by-step instructions about how to do whatever it is, rather than a facilitation of, for your energy specifically, here's how you should do that. And really, the only one who's going to be able to know the answer to that question is you, through your own internal process of knowing yourself and allowing your own self-awareness to guide, like, who are you and what do you want to do when you show up in the world? You don't have to act like all the other monkeys. You need to act like you want to act. And denying that natural impulse is what we're talking about with not channeling your natural life force energy. Mars is linked to depression. And again, this is because the most extreme form of denying your Mars is suicide, where you get to a point where you have so denied your own mission, you're so disconnected from your own life force energy that you don't understand why you're alive. And so you terminate your life force. And that obviously like is a very far extreme, but again, there are people who die at the age of 25 and live to be 80 years old. Like when we deny ourselves of what is truly in our nature, we cut ourselves off from our own vitality, and we're basically zombies walking around in the world instead of awake, enlightened beings who are living from a place that says, I know who I am, I know why I was born, I know why I'm here, and I'm showing up with intention and purpose to do the mission that my soul sent me forward to do. The last piece I want to add on Mars, I want to say like your natural impulses do rise naturally. Like organically, they do rise if you stop inhibiting yourself, or if you stop talking yourself out of what is coming up. Like a lot of times we say, I don't know. Like, I don't know what my natural impulse is. I don't know what I want. There are a few reasons people say, I don't know. So I found this fascinating because I have personally run into this wall where when you go inward for an answer, it's just like, I don't know. And that doesn't feel good. It feels uncertain. And then you risk getting off in the uncomfortable feelings and wanting to push those uncomfortable feelings away. So then you jump away from whatever it was that I don't know. And so Dr. K, this was in his coaching workshop, which I have a playlist on my channel that has the 4 parts of that free coaching workshop he offered. If you want to check that out, I highly recommend. It was amazing. And so the 3 reasons you would say, I don't know are, I don't know which one. Like maybe you have 2 options that you want them both and you don't know which one I want. So maybe that's it. Maybe you want a lot of things and you need to maybe just brainstorm loosely. It doesn't matter what order they're in. We're not trying to say this is the most important one that I want. Like what are all the things that I want? So maybe that's an exercise there that can help, because you don't have to want just one thing. It's possible to want a lot of different things. And really when you get on the divine path, which is what Mars in Pisces is really good at, is like going with the flow. When you start going with the divine flow, you see that woven into what's happening is everything that you want. It's not linear. It's not like I'm going to manifest my business, and then I'm going to manifest my partner, and then I'm going to manifest my writing career, and then I'm going to manifest my speaking career, and then I'm going to manifest, like, it's like all of it happening at the same time. Like simultaneously, all of these manifestations are coming bit by bit by bit by bit, weaving it all together all at the same time. So totally possible to want a whole bunch of things. And again, it's just about like, don't talk yourself out of that. Like when you talk yourself out of it, you're inhibiting your own desire, your own want, your own life force. So let yourself want what you want. That's very much a good exercise with Mars. The second reason you'd say, I don't know how to sound the way I want to sound. This is a big one. This is like self-judgment. This is, I don't know how to articulate this in a way that's going to make me look the way I want to look, which is smart and caring and intelligent and special and understandable and all of these things that maybe you're trying to hit those targets and you don't know how to express yourself. So even that is a good sign, because that one points towards you do know what you want on the inside. You can feel it, but expressing it, you have inhibitions around how it's going to sound. And that's kind of a different issue. And the last reason you might say, I don't know what you mean. So maybe there is a more specific question than the one that you're being asked or contemplating. And so this one is really where, like, kind of giving yourself license to say, I don't know what you mean. Can you tell me more about what you want to know? And even if you're talking to yourself, like, let's back up a step to the question. Like, what is it really that I want to know? Like, can I zoom out of this question and see if I can get at it from a different angle that maybe my inner self, my deeper self, will be able to feel some energy move and like have a response to whatever it is that I'm trying to figure out inside of myself.